and the stuffs and the things and the live stream, because it's a live stream and I'm doing a live stream because I like doing live streams. I do enjoy doing the live streams. So I'm doing the live streams for the stuff and the things and to talk about the stuffs and the things. And it's great. And Wi-Fi is not really wanting it right now, so hopefully that's not going to be an issue for the live stream. But you know, we're here, and we're trying to do the best that we can with what we have in the live stream, and hopefully everything runs the way it's supposed to in the live stream. And if not, I'm gonna be sad in the live stream. I'm gonna be sad out of the live stream if things don't run as they're supposed to. That'd be even worse. It's even worse. You know, the possibility. Worst case scenario isn't even that I'm sad in the live stream. It's that I'm sad outside the live stream because I can't do the live stream because the Wi-Fi doesn't want it. So hopefully the Wi-Fi just kind of like works, and hopefully everything just, you know, just works. I feel like that's every person who makes a video, who like any content creator. I feel like at some point, I'm sure at multiple points, they just sit down and just hope that equipment works, and hope that everything that needs to work just works. It's just like, just please work. Hello. Good to see you so early in the live stream, Doom. Yeah, I don't know. Because I don't feel like you're a true content creator. I don't feel like you can be a true content creator if your stuff just works all the time. I feel like you're like a witch and like should be burned or something. I don't know. No, just an idea. Just like an idea. I don't know. Yeah. Nope, don't do that. Nom. Copy the whole thing, please. Where am I? Where do I live? What year is it? I have decided that I will accept my position as moderator, please. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work like that. It just doesn't quite work. I decided that Dumakarn will transfer his moderator privileges over to me effective immediately. Immediately, he says. Immediately. He's apparently Rick's in charge. Sorry, it had to be this way. He's like standing outside your house, just face pressed against the window. Ego intact. I mean, well, it shouldn't be the only thing holding your ego intact, but you know, it should give you a little bit of ego, I guess. Moderator powers. Get my back cushions. Get my back cushions in the live stream, so that I'm protected against nothing, because I'm still slouching because I have poor posture like that, but so that I can be, in theory, protected against some form or another. I now have everything plugged in. The laptop's plugged in, the iPod's plugged in, phone's plugged in. Shouldn't lose power of anything at any point. Everything should just work. I'm going to bring out the paper recycling because my mother has asked me to do so. When I return, I expect to have been knighted as moderator. I mean, hey, you're saving the planet. That's cool. You know, you should have some ego for that. It's some honor for that. Saving the planet is cool. Recycling is cool, kids. not murdering the ball that we live on that sustains our life. It's pretty cool, not killing. Even though we probably wouldn't kill the planet, we would just kind of make it unlivable for us, unless we find a way to live on a planet that's not suitable for life. But if we can do that, we might as well get off world anyway. If that's a dystopian future that we want, we can't just have nice things. We can't just have a nice planet. I mean, it really is just that simple. I mean, we just trash this planet in so many ways, and that's where we want to go with it. That's where we're gonna go with it, I guess. Somebody commented on my last live stream and said you should only believe in something for which you have direct evidence. And then they asked me to watch the Jeff Mara podcast. I perused some of the videos and shorts, and the Jeff Mara podcast is about near-death experiences and aliens, and how near-death experiences, there was a video that was something along the lines of how near-death experiences prove that we're connected to alien AI or some shit. And I just no, sorry. Individual responsibility for recycling is important, but the bulk of it comes down to corporations and manufacturing. I would agree, unfortunately. I would agree. But how do we fix that problem? Especially if the people with the power in this country don't care. What can be done? I also have another wonderful message. And they said, I hope you reply to this message, since the whole purpose of your channel is to seek truth, not just to trash Christianity. So maybe I'll wait until we have a little bit more people later on in the stream, and I'll read and react to this message. I'm not going to respond to the comment because I don't respond to comments. I don't have the time of day. I don't to be interacting with various people in the comment sections. That's why I love doing the live streams, so that people can interact with me, and I set time out of my day to be like, hey, I'm here. You can talk to me now, because I in the past I have responded to comments and had debates and conversations in the comment section, and it eats my entire day. It takes my attention away from literally everything else, and I have other responsibilities that need to be tended to. So I can't just be fixed on my phone, waiting for a response, reading a response, seeking to understand it, really reading through it, and then thinking of a coherent response and typing that up and then waiting for another response. I can't keep doing that. You fix it with legislation, ban certain materials, enforce certain procedures, tax certain materials too. You want to change the system so it's financially disadvantageous to act in an environmentally destructive manner, which would be great. Unfortunately, not all powers, legislative bodies care, and the U.S. leaders do not care. His glory, walk in the Spirit, pay the things of this world no mind. It's not worth the cost. Leave the system. Leave the system. In the world, but not of the world. Okay. Yeah, arguing in comment section isn't very productive. As a content creator, your biggest impact is through speaking up through your videos and using your digital loudspeaker. Yeah. That's what I aim for. You ask for help. Sure. Yeah. If you can help me find God, I would love evidence for a God and all that stuff. I was gonna say, oh, K beat you home, but then it was too jangly to be K.
We pulled him
Oh, you did pull him at the same time.
At the exact same
Damn.
time.
Okay. Hello.
He was like right in front of me. Pulled into the alley right before me. He said it was too jangly to be K.
I don't. The name Troy Sivan doesn't ring any bells. But I can take a screenshot of that so that I can remember to look it up later.
Sorry, I wasn't able to join your live.
It's okay.
I'm in now.
You good?
I was driving.
Well, yes, I would. I would prefer if you not mess with your phone.
I actually did check before I left work to see if you were live. Because if you were, I was going to just put you on.
I think I went live like right after.
Right after I left? Wow.
Listen.
Hey, you at least waited till I was done getting gas and actually securely left Dylan, so I guess.
I mean, I wanted to be live at like 9:15, but it just kind of didn't work out. But yeah, sure, yeah, I waited. Yeah, sure, yeah, no, it was waiting for you. That's definitely what I did.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Since you're over here saying how you don't like that I had to get gas.
No, I don't.
I do already a little wait to make sure I was safe.
I have my phone. I can end the stream whenever. I have all the power. I can track your location. I can receive calls or texts. I got it. I'd be on top of it. I'd end this. If something was wrong with you, I'd end this live so fast and run to your aid.
Aw. Well, I mean, before Ken got home, you wouldn't have been able to just leave Cece.
Watch me.
No.
Just grab her and put her in the back seat. It's fine. Or call Kay and be like, "Hey, you go check on her."
Go save my wife.
Hey, can you go help my wife? I'm doing a live stream. Speaking of trustworthy governments, a state in Australia seeks to ban political donations effectively, entirely. A state in Australia, all funding will come from the government only. Okay, this could have sweeping effects across Australia and improve government integrity. Proud of my country for that one. I'm glad you can be proud of your country. You two are so sweet. Well, thank you. She's all right.
Just all right.
She's all right.
We've been together, what, 13 years, and I'm just all right.
It's only been like 13, 14 years.
And I'm just all right.
You're all right. I might keep you around a little bit longer. I don't know.
Hello, chat.
This world is not our home. Pride comes before destruction. Why should I believe that this world is not our home? Why should I believe that there's anything after this world?
All right, I'm gonna disappear.
Okay, I love you.
Love you.
There's only one way, one truth, one gospel. Why should I believe any of that?
If I turn you up in the bathroom, would you be able to hear it?
I have no idea. Put me at like half volume or something. Where like you can hear me, but like you can't like echo out. And if it's too loud, I can tell you. Wasn't this world literally intended to be our home before we screwed it up? Yes and no. It's kind of always meant to be our temporary thing. It depends on where the garden was. If the garden was a place on Earth, then yeah. But like, if it wasn't, because there's some debates on what the garden was. If it was, some other dimension or somewhere on Earth, or I don't know, on another planet. I don't know. But I guess it depends. If I'm wrong, you lose nothing. If I'm right, I don't really give a whole lot of credit to Pascal's wager. I don't think it's a very good argument at all. Hello. Pascal's wager is not a very good argument. And should not be leaned upon. They're separated. Yeah. Life is but a vapor. The life after is forevermore. Prove it. You're just sitting here, just like spouting out like claims. Why should I believe anything that you're saying? Why should I believe in heaven, in God, in the divinity of Jesus, anything like that? Why should I believe? Me? Put my ring and bracelet on. Gotta be decked out for these live streams, yo. Boom. Got a leather bracelet. Am I cool now? And a black ring. Am I cool now? Cool points just went up. It's like a video game when like you get a certain armor and it like boosts like your stealth stats or like your strength stats. Does this boost my cool stats? Does the tattoo help? Am I cool now? Based on what I remember, it seems the Bible suggests it's not earthly because it's guarded by cherubim, first, second sphere angels of extraordinary power and combat powers. That doesn't make sense. That does make sense. Which basically don't roam on earth. Even archangels roam earth. Because the Spirit testifies in your heart, your conscience, His Spirit. That is evidence. All creation is evidence. It's not. I'm sorry. The caveats are when first, second sphere angels are accompanied by God and or some major event is occurring. Makes sense. Peanut. 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 She got shaved. Because it's hot. And her fur is hot and dirty. Sweet girl. Nice sweet girl. And she's Peanut. Hi. She's like inching closer and closer and closer. The more I pet. Hello, sweetie. Hello, my little love. Smokey, you gonna be nice to your sister? Smokey's been a little more aggressive towards Peanut lately, and I'm not really here for it. Am I seeing Dale's messages? Yeah, I don't read them out loud, really. There are some people like Dale, and I have no issue with it, but they just kind of get here and just start like spouting, and I don't always read it all. Jews, Christians, Muslims believe in God without understanding God's infinite nature, and will and believe God empowers finite beings to strive and to participate in perfecting an imperfect world. Is this paradox? It's definitely something. I have to say farewell, Drew. I pray through your dreams, Jesus brings to your remembrance. I pray peace to your household in Jesus' mighty name, the true, bright, and morning star, root and offspring of David. Thank you. I appreciate it. Also, I wouldn't accept any kind of revealed truth through dreams, because how do I know it's revealed truth and how do I know it's dreams? Rose morning star. Not anymore. So somebody left me a message. So I made a post recently. And the post was indentured servitude in the Bible, and a few verses that talk about indentured servitude, and a few verses that talk about slavery. And apparently I posted it from my lemonade thing. That's annoying. Anyway, two separate systems in the Bible, two distinct separate systems talked about in the Bible: indentured servitude and slavery, both perfectly fine, according to the Bible, according to the God of the Bible. And somebody commented, "I hope you reply to this message, since the whole purpose of your channel is to seek truth, not to trash Christianity. If my God condoned slavery, condoned slavery or pushed for slavery, I'd be the first one to disbelieve. You shouldn't disbelieve a being just because that being's an asshole. You should just think that that being's an asshole. I don't not believe in God because he pushes slavery. I don't believe in him because I don't have any reason to believe in him. I think that if he does exist, or even within the confines of the Bible, the God presented in the Bible is an asshole based on the evidence in the Bible to suggest that he's an asshole. But that has nothing to do with belief. You have to read it in context, not just give 6 singular verses, which I don't think they really looked up the verses or really tried to understand. And there is more context outside the 6 verses, and I have looked at the context. But once man had fallen, they didn't type it perfectly, which is fine. Nobody does. Once man had fallen God and almost became fully separate, making man do a lot of things that were against God's nature. The whole purpose of God being with the Israelites was to ensure Jesus' seed was pure and to reunite God's people with him once again. Which is a weird thing that I never really thought about in the Bible. The whole shebang with the Israelites and everything, getting them, and they're my chosen people for my glory. It makes sense. He says a million times that it's not a million, but he says multiple times that, I'm saving you guys for my glory and not for your own benefit. So I guess it makes sense that it was all just about Jesus, but it just kind of sounds extra fucked up when you lay it out like that. We see from the Old and New Testament there is a progression of man's development and a progression of laws. From you can keep your slave for 6 years, but in the 7th year let them go. That's indentured servitude, not slavery. A progression from that, which is metaphorical for ensure your slave isn't under your hand for a lifetime. 7, the complete whole number in the Bible. Your slaves can be under your hand for a lifetime and can be passed down to your children as inheritance after you die. The indentured servants, the fellow Hebrew servants, cannot. Here, God is slowly telling his people to show mercy and respect for those who work. Sure. Especially, the Hebrew indentured servants. Exodus 21:20-21, where you quoted, if a slave falls under your hand, that's murder, but if he falls 2 or 3 days later, then he is responsible for himself. This is meant that if the slave fell 2 to 3 days later, then the cause must not have been from the owner, but of natural causes. So, if you don't think that someone can be beaten so hard that they die 5 days later instead of 2 days later, you're wrong. It can and definitely seems to be saying, so long, it doesn't matter what the cause is, so long as they survive 2 or 3 days later. So the slave can die from the beating you gave them. So long as it was 4 days later, it won't be your problem. It's not condoning hitting slaves to be correct. It is. It's saying it's perfectly fine. So they really seem to think that they had something there. But not only did they ignore my verses, but they've ignored the entire context of the Bible, and they've made the classic mistake that I see a lot of Christians making in combining the indentured servitude and the slavery into one, even though the entire post was about saying that they're two separate systems, just completely ignoring that and combining the two. and calling it all slavery. To hope this person sees that and hope it helps. it's incorrect. Now back to chat. I suppose he might be suggesting that if he's an asshole, that would contradict biblical canon, delegitimizing everything and rendering it impossible to determine what is true and what isn't. Sure. I don't always agree with the problem of evil thing and with like the... Because I say that if I die one day and I'm face to face with the God of the Bible, I would have a lot of questions that would need a lot of good answers before I even think about bowing or following him or anything like that. There could be those answers. It could be possible, sure, for an all-powerful, all-knowing, all-loving, infinite being to still be good and murder babies. I have no fucking idea how. And that's why I'm still saying this God's an asshole, regardless, and I still wouldn't bow. But maybe he could have that meaning. And there are Christians who do make that argument, where it's like, yeah, it seems like he's doing something horrible, but like he's got reasons and stuff, and it's all for good anyway. Which I'm gonna need to hear those explanations from God. I'm just gonna need to hear those explanations. I'm gonna need those explanations. If reality has meaning, goodness, and love as its core, as your deepest intuition suggests, then God is not just possible, but the most coherent explanation. I would disagree. I don't blame you for denying God as proclaimed by a fundamentalist. Right? But, you know, I'm more worried about the fact that she hit her head on the corner as she jumped down.
Kitty.
Oh, Smokey's been really hostile towards Peanut lately, so be careful. Keep an eye out for that.
Really?
Yeah. Like batting, growling, hissing.
Is it because I shaved her?
Maybe. Maybe she's just agitated by the showings or something. I don't know.
Peanut feels so
Unfortunately,
much better though since I shaved her. And she's not shedding as
the existence of consciousness, moral values, rational order, and love all point beyond blind matter. A purely material universe can describe these things, but not explain why they exist of matter. God, as the unconditional source of being, mind, and meaning, offers a more coherent explanation than chance or impersonal laws. Without God, even asking why assumes more than materialism can justify. So, there's a fallacy known as God of the gaps, which is basically, I don't know, therefore God. Just because we don't understand how things work or how they could work in the material world doesn't mean there has to have automatically been a God. And just because you have an explanation that fills the gaps, because you can make up anything that can fill the gaps and that can explain anything. Plenty of cultures and religions and societies throughout human history have come up with a variety of different supernatural, paranormal, divine explanations to explain the natural world around them. And a lot of them make sense, and they fill the gaps, and they fit the explanations. That doesn't mean that we have any reason to believe any of them. That doesn't mean that they're there just because I can come up with something that fills the gaps, or because somebody long ago came up with something that filled the gaps.
Can I ask a question?
You can ask a question, yeah?
Did you make dinner?
No.
Okay.
I probably should have had you order me something.
Probably.
Because I get to my parents' house and I've eaten like not even half the chicken. I've eaten about half of it, and I knocked it over onto the floor of your car, so I didn't finish that.
Damn.
So I had like half of that and some goldfish, and I didn't eat until like 7:30.
Babe.
I had a plate of chicken nuggets.
Babe.
So I still need food. No. I had chocolate-covered pretzels before that.
Oh my lord. Babe. Those aren't good for you.
Drizzling them helps a lot. Yeah.
Okay, well, you want me to order us food when you're getting close to the end?
I don't know when I'm going to be close to the end or who's going to be open.
You know who's always open?
Oh.
The International House of Pancakes.
I really like the International House of Pancakes.
They're always open. So is the Golden Arches. They're always open.
I don't know if I want them either.
I could order something now, but you could heat back up.
Even worse.
Listen,
If you
I'm
want,
trying to give you options.
if you want
here.
food, you can
I'm
order
trying to
something.
help you. You also need food.
I can find food. We have food here. It's fine. Some theists think God of the Gaps is evidence. They don't consider it a fallacy. It is a fallacy. A while ago, I saw a clip of Neil deGrasse Tyson talking about God of the Gaps, and he says that it is essentially describing God as an ever-receding pocket of scientific ignorance. Kind of, yeah. That's why the God of the Gaps argument doesn't. That's what the God of the Gaps argument does for God. Yeah.
Snickers, what did you see?
Bug.
She spotted something.
Bug.
Probably some kind of. Oh, I took videos of my bug last night.
Of your bun?
My bug.
Bug.
Do you remember me coming home?
Oh yeah, your lightning bug.
My lightning bug.
The chat, the last two chats, the Broken Spectacles chat and Doom's last chat, are switched. On the laptop it has Broken Spectacles, and then Doom. On here it has Doom and Broken Spectacles. And I saw Broken Spectacles being the last one, and I thought that like this live chat had like stopped, which it's done multiple times in the past. And I got scared for a second, but then I realized it's just flipped, and I'm gonna need YouTube to not fucking do that to me.
Maybe you guys sent it at like just the right
I'll find
time
that
where it
video.
was kinda...
I'll actually find that video and post it in the Discord server. Please do. Good old Neil. Never mind. Doesn't matter. Neil deGrasse Tyson. Good old Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh, did you not want to pin your Broken Spectacles thing?
Oh yeah, I can do that.
You can pin it
Oh, I can do that.
on your thing, not on YouTube, not on your.
Why can't I do it here?
Because this you have power here. You don't have power there.
Oh, that's right. Mods can't pin stuff.
You're welcome.
How do I do it? I don't know how. No.
Pin message.
Pin.
There you go.
Yeah.
This is why you have me here.
Post it in Atheist versus Theist chat because it would make sense there. I agree. Voila, nicely done. What's the topic tonight? Theism versus atheism. Why should I believe in a God? Somebody posted on my I did a little skit, like one of the earliest videos I have of leaving Christianity and how it's like nice and like not terrible, that not as terrible as expected. And somebody says the devil always uses that. When he finally makes you leave Christianity, he makes your life better so you don't return to Christ. Or life could just be better outside of Christianity. And not everything bad or good or contrary to your beliefs is Satan. Because it's also cute because people will say, oh, your life's going better because you left Christianity. That's because Satan's making it comfortable for you, which gives Satan a lot of power and credit. But then if your life gets worse after you leave Christianity, they say, oh, that's God punishing you. So it's one of those things where they just have an answer for either one. And so we can't demonstrate it. It's like heads, God's real, tails, God's real. No, that's not how anything works, and that's not how evidence works. You really need to believe if your heart says there's nothing there. No one changes you.
That's like that.
Well, yeah, but I'm seeking evidence.
Heads I win, tails you lose.
Yeah, heads I win, tails you lose.
Yep.
It doesn't really work.
Smokey.
Somebody said good thing Christianity fits into science, and I would love them to defend that. Because it doesn't.
Please don't go and antagonize her sister.
Be nice, kid. And even afterwards, like after she had batted her and hissed at her, I went to like pet her, and she was kind of like jerking, like the attack neurons were firing, but she was like stopping herself.
Why? Why? It's because she doesn't smell like herself.
Maybe.
She's actually clean.
It could be. They also just sometimes they've had squabbles in the past just because they walk past Smokey's bowl and they got
Yeah.
that narrow thing and
Yeah.
Peanut has to go past. So Smokey often kind of gatekeeps Peanut.
Yeah.
But she's also just I'll just hear them at random points, just off in the corner, just
Smokey does
attacking each
kind of
other.
just pick on Peanut because Peanut is the weaker one.
You need to stop. Fucking.
She knows if she starts to try something with Snickers, she knows Snickers will freaking put her ass in place.
How far did you get to Christianity? I was raised Christian. I was a devout Christian, dedicated to the God of Christianity. Thought I had a wonderful relationship with him. Thought that he interacted with me through signs and whatnot. That he was guiding my path through life, and I would pray throughout the day, every day, that he would continue to guide my path. I hit my knees at a young age, and I'm saying, I'm yours. I am yours. Do whatever you wish for me. I was all for it. And I wanted to become an apologist, a Christian apologist, because I wanted to spread God's light, love, and message throughout the whole world if I could. Probably wouldn't have gotten that far, but, as far as I could, just shoot for the moon. If you miss, you'll aim most of the stars or whatever, some dumb shit like that. But, just try your best. Try your best, and that's how you'll get the furthest, even if you don't get to where you were initially aiming. Why you gotta be mean? Fucking cats. When I was in high school, I took a class, Christian. Sorry, the cats derailed my brain.
Sorry.
No, it wasn't you. It was the cats.
But I did alert you to that.
That's fine. I need to be aware of that. We have a toddler. If one of our cats is becoming aggressive, I need to observe that and study that. But in high school, I took a class on Christian apologetics, which if you don't know, apologetics is just defending the faith. It's the Christian on the debate stage. It's going out, and spreading the faith, all that stuff. And it was in that class on Christian apologetics that I realized I am not equipped for this task. I do not have the skills and knowledge and tools to do this. If I even try, if I found myself on a debate stage, I would be obliterated, and that wouldn't help God's case. So I dove into my studies, tried to study to the best of my ability Christianity, arguments for, arguments against, other religions, arguments for and against, scripture, church history, scientific explanations for things, atheistic arguments for things, the topics that you would usually see in this field of Christian versus atheist apologetics. And I don't say that as like a blanket statement of like, this is how everyone's experience is going to go, but it's how a lot of experiences go, and it's how mine went. When you really look at all that and look deeper into these things, you end up kind of peeking behind the curtain and seeing the man behind the curtain and seeing what really seems to be going on, the natural explanation of what really seems to be going on behind the scenes of these religions and these beliefs, and the fact that we really have no good reason to believe in a God. And slowly but surely, over the course of about 7 years, I drifted away from the faith and became an atheist.
Have you shown
And here I
Chad
am.
the freshly shaved Peanut?
I did, and I pointed out that she was shaved.
He needed it.
And then I started making this content, speaking out against Christianity, not too long after that. And I fully expected to start speaking out, saying there's no evidence or whatnot. And I fully expected to just be obliterated. I expected to be buried under great evidence for the existence of a God. I expected, the theists and the Christians to really show up and to say, like, no, dumbass, you just don't know what you're talking about. Here's good evidence. And I expected to actually be good evidence. And that didn't happen. And, I had some hope. Because I would like there to be something else. I would like there to be a God. I had, this relationship. I thought I had this relationship with a really wonderful God. And I would love to have that back. I would love to have that God be real. But, well, at least just have something else. And so I was hopeful for that. But the more I really got into this and started watching more atheists and more debates and more stuff, I reached a point like 6 to 12 months later where I'm just like, is this really it? I had seen numerous arguments for God, including combed through, studied some of the best arguments. And it was not compelling. It's like, is this it? And that flame of hope just slowly faded and died. So here I am now, 2 years into this content, and which isn't a long time, but I don't really have any hope that any good evidence is going to come along, which sucks, but, what can you do? What can you do? Diving into studies must be uncomfortable. Imagine all of the paper cuts. I mean, honestly, that's a pretty good analogy. It hurt a lot, and especially hurt because one of the big things in the process was listening to opposition, listening to some of the sometimes angry, mean, disrespectful atheists. When someone's bashing your dearly held belief, it hurts. It feels like a personal attack. And it's hard to listen to. But listening to that was so important in my journey. Because one, I wanted to listen to it because I'm like, this is what I'm up against. These are the arguments I need to know. I can't shy away from it just because it makes me uncomfortable. But then listening to them, they had good points. And nobody seemed to have better points. So, here we are. Smokey dragged a cable out from underneath the entertainment center. I don't even know what cable. Is that to the Wi-Fi? Hey, don't pull that. Smokey's trying to end the live stream now.
Why is this so long?
Because this is an old iPod, so it needs to be connected to Wi-Fi to work. So if the Wi-Fi goes out, this stream stops.
It dies.
What can I do to make you believe?
Plotting your demise, Drew. She's plotting.
I don't know. Looks to me like all you need to do is see to believe. And is this correct? I don't even know. I don't know what good evidence would be. I don't know what it would look like. But an all-powerful being, an all-knowing being should know what it would take to convince me. Snickers!
No!
An all-knowing being should know what it takes to convince me. An all-powerful being should be able to do what it takes to convince me. And an all-loving being should want to convince me. And that hasn't happened. God's just kind of playing hide and seek, so I don't know. Smoke's trying to start a smoky fire. She's trying to start a smoky fire. She is. And then Snickers went right behind her, because Snickers was sniffing at the cable before Taylor pushed it back in. And then Snickers went and dug the cable out too. It's like Snickers learned a new trick too. Fucking cats.
And Snickers likes to chew on cables, so if she starts chewing on that...
Yeah, she would chew through it.
Yeah.
For example, if you were next to me and I was 2, if you were next to me and I was to heal the sick and raise the dead, will you believe? Sorry, cats. I would need more than just to see it. I would need to test it and to verify and to make sure that's actually what happened. And I would need it to be done multiple times to make sure it wasn't a fluke. I would need to make sure it wasn't like one of those faith healing churches where they constantly claim to heal the sick, even though many of them have been proven to be frauds. I would need a little bit more. because too many people have tried that stuff and faked that stuff. I probably believe you have supernatural powers, but that wouldn't necessarily mean God exists or that the Bible is the right religion. Yeah, that's a great point, Doom. The ability to raise the dead. If you were able to raise the dead or heal the sick, that wouldn't prove the existence of a God. Even if we could verify that that's what you're doing, all it would verify is that you have the ability to raise the sick, to heal the sick and raise the dead. It wouldn't really verify anything about a God. It might be a good starting point, but other than that, yes.
Option.
I don't know how long I'm going to be live for.
I mean, it takes them a minute to get here.
I don't know how long I'm going to be live for. How long is a minute?
It's a restaurant. They usually take at least a good half hour.
Okay. Maybe that'll be my hard cutoff. Maybe I'll hard cut off the stream whenever Old Chicago gets here. Man, we thought the Wi-Fi might take out the stream. We thought something happening with Taylor might end the stream. We thought one of the cats might end the stream. Turns out it's good old Chicago that's gonna end the live stream tonight.
You can also look at what you previously ordered.
Oh, I know. Okay.
Sorry, chat. He's gonna be distracted for a second.
Yeah, you knock the chat.
I can talk to y'all. Hey, what's up? How you guys doing? This chat is now a Taylor chat.
And I'll scroll back through chat when I'm done. So if I miss anyone, I'll go back.
So what's up, guys? Hey, Doom.
This is my wife, by the
Hello.
way. Yeah, if nobody knows that yet.
If it's anyone's first time here, welcome. We're happy to have you. Hello, Robert. How's everyone doing tonight? Everyone doing good? Why is my mom so damn emotional constantly? I don't get women. Listen. We can be emotional sometimes. It's fine. It's fine. Just give her a snack. She'll be good. Doing fantastic? Good. Like to hear it.
Okay, I think I got it.
Think you got it? Okay. I was just reading that last chat.
Okay.
Yeah, Rick, that's not so fine. I really don't know what to tell you there. Okay.
My point is, what would it take for you to believe? I don't know. For me, proof for God would probably mean we have proof of how the universe came to be, or whatever the first cause for everything is. Whatever that is, that would be God. In a sense, yeah. I think it starts when we have a way to, because we have the scientific method for the natural world. And we have processes by which we can gather evidence and collect data and test things repeatably, and verify things through the scientific method. We don't have that for anything divine, because clearly the scientific method doesn't work on the divine. And that kind of makes me lean more towards maybe the divine just isn't there, or the supernatural just isn't there. But we would need essentially a scientific method for the supernatural, or some way for the scientific method to work for the supernatural. And I don't know what that would look like. I don't know what that would be. Let's take the religion. Well, let's take the religion now. Do you believe dinosaurs existed? I don't really know what that has to do with religion, but yes. hair. That's annoying. That's gonna bother me for the next like 30 minutes until the stream ends.
What is?
I have just an ingrown hair. I think the scientific method does apply to the divine. The issue is that it's pure rhetoric to suggest that science cannot be used to prove God's existence. It's sort of defensive maneuver by theists. Perhaps. We just haven't figured out how yet. The universe could be infinite, because how could there be nothing at all? It's true. What is nothing even? Nothing is a very bizarre concept. It doesn't seem like it can exist. It doesn't seem like there could be nothing in any way. Except for perhaps, I guess, when we die and the chemical reactions that bring about consciousness and memory and thought and feelings and whatnot stop, and we essentially cease to exist, and we just become that us, that conscious us kind of just becomes nothing.
Did you give the dog chocolate today?
I did. Now, I know that belief exists for you all. You need is evidence of God existing. I would need evidence for the existence of a God to believe in the existence of a God. Yes. I didn't realize. I never realized that Smokey was missing her bell.
Mm-hmm.
But now I notice, because she's walking around with like a fresh bell and it's just jangling and everything. And I'm just like, yeah, you definitely have a bell now.
Since I shaved the peanut, jingles a lot more.
Like, what type of evidence? Do you need to see God? I wouldn't even know what type of evidence. Because if I see God, what's happening? I could be hallucinating. It could be holograms. It could be a dream. It could be a number of other natural explanations. And in a world where the natural explanations exist, and we have so many natural explanations for things and no supernatural or divine explanations, at least none that can be verified, I'm going to assume it's a natural explanation every time. I'm going to be open to the possibility of it being a supernatural explanation, but I'm always going to lean more towards this is probably a natural explanation and nothing supernatural or divine, because that's just the way the world has been thus far as I can see. There are two different types of nothing, and true nothingness is not something that we can conceptualize, because to conceptualize it means it exists in some sense. Yeah, as soon as you put a descriptor on nothing, you've lost. You have failed to describe nothing. As soon as you put any kind of descriptor on nothing. I gotta wait for you to believe 100%. You just have to be patient. Sure. Sure. I'm open. What's the way? Please be gross. Please. Or I was about to blow all minds. I'm waiting for it. Cool, just wait. Cool, we'll just wait. What is your name? It is Drew. What? No, so we'll just wait. You have a way for me to believe. I just have to be patient. And I ask what it is, and you say, we'll just wait. Okay.
Mind blown.
Maybe I have been waiting, I'm fine with continuing the waiting game, it's whatever. I just won't believe in the meantime. Yeah, my name is Drew Skaggs. That's the channel name is my name. Not now, bro?
Not now, bro.
Oh yeah, yeah, oh, yeah. You're not gonna. Yeah. Well, we'll wait. We'll wait for the evidence and the reason to believe. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait. Robert about to conjure a being of pure light right behind you. That'd be pretty cool. We're live on stream. You know, that'd be an ideal time to do it. That would definitely be something. As long as you wait and remember my name, I will remember yours. Peace be with you, bro. See, now it sounds like he's just gonna like show up at my house or something with a knife. Yeah, sure. I'm terrible with names. I'm gonna be completely honest with you.
Hey, we've already decided. I'll prove it to you after I die. I'll come back and haunt you.
Yeah, Taylor and I have agreed that like whoever dies first needs to like let the other know that they exist still. that there's something else beyond. So we'll wait for that.
I'm sitting here. I'm like, I can't come to him in a dream because he wouldn't believe that. He would not believe that at all. He would just think he was dreaming. So I have to find.
No, I'm not the guy. My name is not hard to forget. Robert Ben David. I'm gonna forget it. I'm like the worst. I appreciate that you're not that kind of guy. I might remember your name. I would certainly try, but like it's hard. I forget names of people in my life that I work with. I got someone's name wrong today that I've been working with for like 3 years. She's in another department, and I don't usually interact with her, but like, should know her name, and I know her name.
According to the things, it's Robert Ben David Jr.
Robert Ben David Jr.
Jr.
Someone remember Robert. When he comes back in like 20 years and he's grown like a long white beard and he drops the knowledge on us. I'll be like, who's this dude? And Doom will be like, this is fucking Robert, man. You don't remember Robert?
So I guess you put it on Doom to remember?
Yeah, I guess it's on you, Doom. I'm not gonna fucking remember. Just don't forget who King David is. I know who King David is. Later, bro. It was nice chatting with you. Much love to you and your wife. Thanks, bro.
Have a good night.
He's like conjuring a spirit bomb or something. Like it's gonna take 20 years and then he's just gonna like pow. Maybe we'll find evidence, you know, through this. I don't come here honestly to just like shit on theists or Christians. Like none of you have good evidence. You know, I am actually looking for evidence. It's just so happens that none of you have good evidence. Hoping my verbal memory is strong enough. I do rank like top 0.5% in verbal memory on human benchmark. I don't know what that means, but hopefully it's a good thing. You know, hopefully is the guy.
You know what I've been wanting all day, but I don't know if it's good or not.
I want ice cream.
That I've been wanting.
I want ice cream.
I want wine.
Okay.
I've been craving it all day.
I feel like one of ours is healthier than the others. Okay. Actually, wine probably is healthy. I don't know.
Depending on how much you have.
In moderation, I think it's healthier. Verbal memory means you can remember conversations and words well. The Human Benchmark is an online website where you can test your mental abilities. I probably should stay away from that website. I don't need to know those numbers. I live with myself every day. I'm fully aware of how stupid I am. I do not need.
You know what people in customer service at work like to do occasionally?
What is that?
Do those like typing tests. See how fast you can type.
Fuck typing tests.
And they like to laugh at my scores.
Hated typing tests.
They like to laugh at my scores.
Hated typing.
Because I'm a finger pecker. My scores are awful.
I'm a little bit faster than a finger pecking, but it's not.
I am very much a finger pecker. It's bad. Yeah, they like to laugh at my scores. But they love doing the typing test. I'm like, why? Why?
No, if I never have to do another typing test, I'd be happy.
I think one of the things too that slows me down is I'm copying something someone else has written. I was like, I can type
Oh, yeah.
faster when I'm doing something myself.
Copying, I'm like 1,000 times slower. Opinions about yourself.
I can type faster
You know, I
if
do
I'm
have
hearing
I do have
someone.
some pretty strong opinions about myself. From your opinion based on what you can accomplish rather than assumptions or an intuition.
Yeah, I will type for us one day. I mean, I feel like it already does. You use the microphone to speak text. It listens to what you're saying and it types it for you. Like, the
Yeah, I don't use that. I can type really fast on the phone. I'm so glad I am gay because I could not deal with being around women for the rest of my life. Hey. AI will type for us one day, yeah. Until you can form that opinion, believe that anything is possible. You might be smarter than you give yourself credit for. Oh, I'm sure. I'm my own worst critic. I wouldn't give myself any compliments even if I did deserve them. But, you know.
people compliment you and you don't know what to do with it.
I don't know what to do with it.
You don't know what to do with it.
I don't know what to do with it. I've gotten better.
You try to discredit those compliments.
I've gotten better. Well, to you, yeah, because I'm like closer to you and like
Yeah.
again, but like in public or like at work, I've learned to like say thank you when people compliment me. Because before that, I didn't even know to do that. I didn't even have that. My words per minute is pretty good on my keyboard, but it's abysmal on my phone. See, I'm much faster on phones. You know something else that I'm glad I don't use on a regular basis and don't have to? Cursive. My handwriting, my print is awful. Like chicken scratch, terrible. My cursive was illegible. And I was in school when they gave up on cursive. Like we were learning it for a few years and then they're just like, use it or don't. It doesn't matter. And like just for the rest of my schooling, I think I was probably in like 5th or 6th grade when they just gave up on it. And then for the rest of the schooling, I didn't need to use cursive, and it was great because I hated it. It was dumb.
Now, how fast would you be typing with an old flip phone that you have to use the keys, press X amount of
Fuck
times for
that.
a certain letter?
Never had to deal with that.
I did. I was actually pretty fast at getting through the letters. It was a thing. I can't remember what that kind
I'm
of
sure if I
like,
used it long enough.
I can't remember what that kind of like thing is called.
I was forced to learn to write in cursive in my Catholic school, and it just stuck, and to this day, I still kind of write cursive. I just hated it. I just rejected it. I don't even know how well I could write cursive at this point. I don't know if I remember all of the letters, especially the capital letters. Don't ask me.
People nowadays could write cursive notes to each other, and the younger generation won't be able to read it.
Yeah. I wouldn't be able to read it. I have a stubborn coworker that I sometimes have to leave notes. He's night crew, so I don't see him, so I sometimes have to leave notes, and he'll write back in cursive, and I'm just like, fucking goodness. I just have to, like, stare at it. He's written me an entire paragraph just in cursive, just like, fucking, I don't know what to say. My writing, I bet, was impossible for teachers to read like doctor handwriting. I got that a lot. It was bad.
Oh gosh, working at my old retail job, the amount of times I would have to like sign for like refund slips or like whatever overrides, I'd have to sign every slip. My signature became scribbles.
That's mine.
The T and the S.
I have to sign off.
It.
I have to sign off on trucks, and I just don't care enough. I get so impatient.
The T and the S. That's or not at that time. It was the T and the D. And that's
Even my scribble my initials when I have to like initial something is some bastardized form of cursive. Just like it's print connected to each other in a way that I don't care about. Because I used to have to sign off on carts that I ran.
My handwriting's already not the best, but I feel bad. There was one year, me and a couple of my friends decided we were going to try and become ambidextrous.
Oh yeah, fuck that.
And I started trying to write with my left hand. It was awful.
I haven't tried a lot with my left hand, but it's been like that in the past.
It was awful. It slowly started getting better though. Like I was actually doing it, but
I remember
it was so hard to do.
I remember when I was in school. At one point, I think like late high school, I stopped taking notes. I stopped being a note taker. Maybe jotted down some like important points from the lecture or the PowerPoint, but I really just stopped taking notes because teachers would put up like PowerPoint presentations, or like they'd be speaking, and I would just be furiously trying to like lightning write everything down as fast as I could. And that fucked me in two ways. One, I wasn't listening to the lecture well enough. I was just trying to hurry up and write stuff down, so I wasn't actually hearing it and comprehending their explanations or anything. And two, I would go back to read the notes, but they were so fast and furiously scribbled that I couldn't read them. So I reached a point where I was much better off, and I could do much better at listening and retaining the information given, and do better on assignments and tests and whatnot with that information if I just sat and listened in the class. Maybe jotted down some notes here and there. But definitely stopped being a note taker. Older generations are appalled that they don't teach cursive anymore. I just don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's even possible to become truly ambidextrous by just training. Not that you want to be ambidextrous. There's an advantage in accuracy and coordination to have a bias. Yeah. Maybe some people just have that gift and some people don't.
I think for me, the main reason I was like trying to learn how to write with my left hand is like if something were to ever happen to my right to where like I got injured or something, and then if I did not know how to write with my left hand at all, I would be screwed.
I think about that.
I wouldn't be able to write. And I think at that time I had a classmate who literally had 2 casts on. He had an accident on a trampoline, broke both his arms. So he had a double freaking cast.
Yeah.
He couldn't write at all. But
that's unfortunate.
Yeah. So like I thought of that, and I'm just like, let's learn to write with my left. And it was awful. It was awful. So bad.
Dismemberment of the right hand is clearly a very present threat in your life. Redundancy. It could happen.
It could happen.
Okay? Especially when you mostly use your dominant hand for things, it's the most likely to be
severed
or like you're using it is the most likely to have something happen. Or like if like something exploded in front of me, the first hand would go up would be my right hand, because I would
use it to block.
My brain's wired to my right hand more than it is my left hand, so any motion would go to my right hand.
Yes, true. Thank you. It is true.
It is.
I think about it.
It is going to be the one. It's going to have the biggest chance.
Biggest chance of getting hurt.
I've heard that electricians, when they have to like mess with electricity and like circuit breakers and whatnot, I'm told that they are to use their non-dominant hand when like flipping a breaker on and to like lean away in case it just explodes. I think that's like a thing.
Dang.
Like in case this explodes and blows your hand off, use your non-dominant hand and also like do this number. I'm right-handed, but I'd use my left to block because of instinct for boxing.
Oh.
Well, there you go. You know, you got some boxing training.
All right. Not all of us are like that.
That's probably good for you.
I think it's funny. My dad is right-handed, but he uses his left for a lot of different things because his father was left-handed. So his father taught him to like do things left-handed. Like anytime his father would like throw a baseball, it would be to the left because he's left-handed. So my dad bats left, kicks with his left foot, everything, but he's right-handed.
Interesting.
Yep.
Now I can just mix-match, min-max my right hand. Well, it's a good skill to have, I feel like. Protect that hand.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Ashley's the opposite. She bats with her right and kicks with her right and everything, but she's left-handed.
I got good sleep last night too, and I've just been sleepy.
Well, wake up.
I got over 8 hours. I think I need like right about 8 hours because I got like 8.5 last night, and I've just been sleepy all day.
Did you get too much, maybe? Just a little too much?
I guess. My fucking stupid ass sleep thing needs to be perfect. I hate it. I think if I had one wish, and I could make it like just a personal, selfish wish that's just myself, I would wish for the ability to not have to sleep, but to be able to. So like I can stay awake for the rest of my life with no negative side effects. But if I wanted to sleep, I could without any issues. Or I don't have any issues now, but like with that equal amount of not having issues. That would be like my one personal wish. It robs so much of our lives. It robs like a third of our lives. And I'm one of those people who needs like 8 hours of sleep to function. There are some people who can get 5 and they're fine. It's like,
remember when you used to
must
live
be
off
nice.
like 3?
What?
Remember when you used to live off of like 3?
There were times where I lived off of 3, and I had to quit that real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Could ask to live longer. I could.
I mean, it also sucks that working takes up a good portion of your life.
Working takes up a good portion, especially in the U.S. You got that capitalist machine. My generation's probably not going to get to retire. It's pretty great.
You don't get a lot of personal time at all.
No, we don't get personal time. Don't get family time.
Some people literally just work, eat, and sleep. That's it. That's their day-to-day life.
Yeah. Especially there are a lot of people who need like 2 or 3 jobs just to get by.
Mm-hmm. So that's all they do. I still remember that one time my
superpower
GPS...
is that I am unemployed. Maybe.
I still remember that one time my GPS put my job as home and here as work. Because I'd only be here to sleep and then I'd go back to work.
Yeah.
I spent so much time at work that my GPS is like, oh, hey, you're home. And I'm like, no, I'm not.
It's stupid. It's just stupid. Life shouldn't just... Listen, I'm all for contributing to the world and not just being on your lazy ass. I work at a grocery store. I stock shelves. I make sure the people have the food. That's important. I think being a part of the work machine is important. I don't think it should be your entire life thrown away for it. I don't think it should take up so much of your life. I think you need to be able to experience life and live life while you're here, not just work, and then die. I think there needs to be much more of a work-life balance, and I don't even think it needs to be a balance. I think it needs to go more towards life. Because, we get this life and then it's over, and we don't know what we get afterwards, and it kind of looks like there isn't anything afterwards.
There are some people that like to be at work. Like, they don't think.
And that's fine.
And that's fine.
If that's their life, then that's fine. Work-life balance is critical. We work to live, not the other way around. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
It sucks.
I would love if you didn't have to work somewhere.
I would love if you didn't have to work, period.
You are the one who is full-time. I'm only part-time, so I don't work nearly as much as you, but...
40 plus hours a week.
It would be nice if we just got more time with you. Like, realistically, even if I wasn't working, realistically, it'd only feel like we get a couple of hours with you.
Yeah.
You get home, you have to shower and everything, eat dinner, and then
go to bed.
It's about bedtime.
Because I have to be up before the sun every morning,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't get to stay up late.
So we wouldn't have a lot of time with you anyway. And you only get 2 days off a week.
It was even worse when I was second shift.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Because
I remember that.
I would go into work at like, 2?
Mm-hmm.
I'd work like 2 to 10.
I'd stay up just to say hi to you.
And I'd get home and eat dinner, shower, maybe watch like an episode of a TV show or something.
I'd be asleep by the time you'd
go to bed at like midnight, after midnight. Wouldn't get up sometimes until like 9, 10. Usually 10, because I usually stay up past midnight.
Sometimes you'd be even closer to 11.
Yeah. I was just tired.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't have to get up early, so I just, like, let myself sleep in. And then a couple hours later, I was off to work again.
Yep.
Yeah, second shift sucks. I much prefer having first shift.
Yeah. I know, I would literally stay up. I'd be in bed, but I would wait up for you to get home just to say hi to you and see you, at least see your face, and then I'd be asleep by the time you even got in bed. There were most nights I didn't remember you coming to bed at all.
It's fantastic to find a job that is both work and life, a career where you find true value in your work, like, for instance, working at a charity foundation or something. Yeah, I would love if I could find a career in, like, talking about religion, studying religion, and all that stuff. I would love that. One that doesn't require, like, 10 years of schooling and, like, tens of thousands of dollars that I don't have and time that I don't have. Like content creation. If this could take off, that'd be fantastic. That'd be a dream come true.
I was a daycare teacher, so I loved working with all the kids, but the administration was not good to where we struggled in the classrooms.
That education system.
Like, if it was better, I love working with kids. I love watching them grow,
now.
Teaching them, you know, just watching them grow up, especially because I was with the littles, you know, like, I loved it. But the administration sucked, and we didn't have proper help or support, and so, yeah, no. And it didn't pay.
Hello.
Didn't pay all that great.
You need to put a lot of work in understanding how to game the system, enhancing engagement and making more clickbaitable titles, thumbnails, etc. Yeah, to make the content creation kick off. Yeah, and that's the problem. That's just not me, and I feel like I don't want to be fake, you know? And I feel like doing that would be fake for me. I don't know. I do need to get better at it. That's one of the reasons I want to do more live streams. But we'll see. And then maybe, you know, once I start, you know, if I start getting more people talking on the Discord and whatever else, maybe I can get clips, you know, funny clips or weird clips or whatever. Who knows? Tempted to take the two conversations I have had and just, like, make those into separate things. But I don't know. We'll see. You can go as far into that as you want before you get to a certain point where it's no longer you. Yeah. I want to be me. I want to be honest and authentic and just me here. And it doesn't help that I haven't been posting as many videos lately. But I want the videos to be more thoughtful and engaging and, you know, good. I don't want to just make content. I want quality over quantity. So that's why I haven't been posting as much lately. When I post a video, I want to make sure I'm actually saying something worth putting up. So yeah, a lot to think about. Sounds like our food might be here.
It is here.
So I think that is it for this live stream. So thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate when anyone even gives me a second of their time. So the fact that anyone sticks around, likes, you know, watches the stream, whatever, it means a lot to me. Engaging in chat, all that stuff. I'm a random nobody on the internet, so any kind of support or whatever is always greatly appreciated. So thank you for that. I usually do live streams every Tuesday at about 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I'm trying to do more live streams throughout the week, but I have a very, very, very busy, packed schedule for that, so yeah, it's very, very hard for me to do. That's another reason why it's hard for me to sneak off and record and edit videos and whatnot. But try to figure it out. So thank you all so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed the live stream, and I hope to see you all some other time. Bye.
Night.